Today I want to teach you that when readers get to the end of a story, they reread and ask, how does the author make the whole story click together? Readers, let's practice this end of the book reflection work with our read aloud book, Those Darn Squirrels. We've been working together to notice what Ad and Ruben does to make this book so clever and funny and masterful. Today I thought we could read just the last part and think and jot about how the author makes the whole story click together. I'm going to read the end of this story to you again. As I read, listen carefully and ask yourself, how does the author make it all click together? I am going to do a quick retell of our story, Those Darn Squirrels, before we read the ending. So, if you remember, Mr. Fuchsweier loved birds. But he would get pretty sad when the birds would fly south for the winter. So he built all these bird feeders and set them out and thought, if I can just build and provide these birds with lots of food, they'll stay. They won't want to fly south. But the darn squirrels ate the seeds in the bird feeders. So then Mr. Fuchsweier thought of all of these contraptions and things that he could do to stop the squirrels from eating the seeds, and he built a really big contraption to keep the squirrels out. And the squirrels got pretty sneaky, and they met together and they tried to come up with a plan so that they could eat the seed even after all of his contraptions. But what happened was the birds got to eat the seeds like he wanted them to, but then they still flew south for the winter. So that's where we're leaving off with our story. So I'm going to read the next part of the story. But remember, we want to kind of pay attention to how does the author make it all click together. So as I'm reading, if you're noticing something that will help you answer this, I want you to jot it in your notebook or jot it on a Post-it. You ready? The squirrels held a meeting deep inside a large tree. They decided to give the old man a present to make up for taking the seeds and berries. So readers, I want you to think about things that happen more than once in a story and how those things might be the same or different each time. So based on what we just read, you're probably noticing that one of the things that's happening again is that the squirrels are meeting again. Remember, they met earlier in the book and devised a plan for how to get over the contraptions, and now they're meeting again. So this is one very important way to think about how a book clicks together. You can think about what is happening again. The squirrels are making a plan again, just like the plan to get the bird food. They are working together, but this time they are not being mean to Mr. Fuchsweier. Now they are being nice. Here we are at the end of this book, and we're pushing ourselves to think about how the whole book clicks together, because that is a big part of what makes the writing so masterful. Let's read the last few pages, and this time be sure to look for ways that the whole book, the beginning, middle, and the end, click together. Okay, let's read the rest of the story. Now, not many people know this, but squirrels are not only fuzzy little geniuses, they also collect just about anything they find on the ground. These squirrels had a vast stockpile of spectacular junk to choose from. But what would Fookwire like? Bottle caps, popsicle sticks, postage stamps? Finally, they had it. The perfect gift. The squirrels stacked all of their loose change on Old Man Fookwire's doorstep. There were dimes and pennies, nickels and quarters. There were even a few tokens from Coco's arcade. It all added up to $47.36, plus a few rounds of skee-ball. Maybe you squirrels aren't so bad, Fookwire said when he found the coins, but I still like birds better. This gave the squirrels another idea. They raided their junk collection again and got to work. When Mr. Fookwire woke up the next morning, he was amazed to see that the birds had returned. But wait, those things weren't birds. They were squirrels in disguise. Great googly moogly, said Old Man Fookwire. This will make quite a painting. He ran outside and took down the lasers and the wires and the spring-loaded trapeze. He turned all the bird feeders into squirrel feeders. Then he painted till his brush ran out of bristles. The squirrels were so overjoyed they had a party in Old Man Fookwire's house. Those darn squirrels, said Fookwire, and he shook his old man fist and smiled. Wow! Did you notice that not just one or two parts click together, but how all the parts click? Did you notice that the squirrels work together in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story? And did you notice that Old Man Fookwire said those darn squirrels all the way through the book, even when he changed his mind and liked them at the end? This is pretty amazing, huh? You are doing even more thinking at the end of the book. You are noticing how the beginning, the middle, and the end all click together.